Okay.
Because I want everybody, I know it's like holiday weekend too, but I want everybody to be able to go back and listen to this because this was the first gold school.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a big deal for you guys to earn it, qualify for it, and go. Me as your leader, as one of your leaders, I'm so proud of all 4 of you for going on your own without us. That was huge. That in itself was like something you guys should be proud of. And the fact that it was in Dallas in this big city and everything, like I can't wait to hear about it. I've been dying to hear from you guys. So grab pen, paper, take some notes, and we'll let Hannah go ahead and get started. Go for it.
Okay, so as you all know, we got to go to Gold School, and we had some really great speakers, and they just opened up so much more about the business. And we learned a lot that kind of in your first couple months and you're just trying to rank, you just want to get those people in, and you want to hit those ranks and you want to get those fast starts, and you never really sit back and just kind of think about the business part and how to grow it. And they say, pour into your people, but sometimes those people don't want to be poured into. So we learned a lot about who to pour into and who to just have as VIP customers and retail. And so we just went a lot more in depth and we talked about 2-part conversations, and Megan is going to kind of go into more of the 2-part conversation. And Lauren is going to talk about the Leadership 101. And then Tori and I can never get it because there's so many words, 7 steps to a winning day. And that was just like an eye opener for all of us. And we're like, oh my gosh. And Genevieve was our main speaker, and she said, basically, this is your recipe and we're giving it to you. So the best part about it is you can cut it in half. If you don't have the time, if you work a full-time job and you want to cut that in half, then cut it in half. Or if you want to build your business quick and you want to start ranking, kind of like what Tori did for us, last month. And you can double that time. So basically, here's the recipe. You can tweak it, but don't take stuff out just because you don't like that step. Keep everything in there. It's kind of like if you're making chocolate chip cookies, you don't take the chocolate chips out because then you wouldn't have chocolate chip cookies. So we learned about building the business and building our teams, and basically you can only get so far and then once you get your team, you can continue to grow and continue to build. And a lot of times we focus on ourselves when we first start, and we focus on just trying to get those ranks. And then, we can kind of start pouring into others. And one thing that kind of was like, oh my gosh, that makes sense. And at the end of this call, y'all will kind of understand it more. She said, stop hunting for your people and start fishing for them. When you go fishing, you throw that bait out and you let the fish catch it. You don't just, we hunt sometimes and we're like, come on, do it. You want the business, you want the money. And some people just don't, they just want to buy the products. They just love the products. The other day I saw someone posted a before and after of this girl that follow her on Facebook. I'm friends with her on Instagram, and I had no clue she did Plexus, but I was like, oh, so, that's just a good example of not everyone wants the business, but the people that do want it, pour into those people. So that's kind of the basis of what we learned, and we learned a lot. Is Lauren on? Is she on now? Okay. Lauren, are you ready?
Hey guys.
Hey, oh my gosh. Okay. Are you ready? I kind of did my spiel. I just kind of opened it up for us. So.
Oh, yay. So we're jumping right in.
Yeah. We can go to someone else first. Do you want Megan to open it up? Or are you ready?
If she could speak, I would love that.
Megan, you ready, sister?
I guess so. These are not my favorite things, but I'll do it.
You got it.
So one thing that was like really big, and this was something that I really needed to work on, was how to like how to do those conversations with people, like when you're reaching out to someone, because I'm like, oh, what do I say? What do I say? And this example that they gave us, the winning conversations is what it's called. But one way to do it is to lead with the product. So say if I were to see somebody's post about, hey, I've been having some trouble with IBS or whatever it is, I could message them and be like, I seen your post the other day. Like, let me, or my friend or my testimony, how do I say this? I can lead by giving them a testimony to show them, hey, I have a friend, or I've had this problem too. Let me send you a testimony. And then if they say, well, I'm not interested, or maybe they're not ready yet, you could lead with like, okay, I just want to make sure, just give you a sample, so that, to keep that conversation open, you want to say, okay, they're not interested now, but let me send you a sample. So you're leading with the product, but then you've left that conversation open by sending them a sample of that. So like another part of the conversation was, leading with the opportunity. Like you could reach out to them and say, like always lead with, let me help you pay for your products. And then you could lead with the opportunity of earning more income. And then as always, you could just, if they say, no, I'm not interested right now, you could just say how much that you appreciate their business, and you just wanted to help them and have that option open for them. So it's all about like keeping the conversation open, which really helped me, because I'm always like, if they say no, I'm just like, okay, what do I say to keep it going, So this it's really helped me, figuring out what I needed to say, to keep that conversation open. I think that's, anybody else have anything to add? That's all
Megan,
I have.
I do know, so some of the stuff, those of you who don't know, I'm doing a Sprint to Diamond group with a bunch of Emerald Sapphires. Brett Thomas, stop it. Stop it. Stupid door stopper. Why is that so fascinating, baby? Sorry. In our Sprint to Diamond group with some other Emerald Sapphires and Diamonds, she is kind of going over a lot of the same stuff that she went over with you guys at Gold School. So just so you know, there are Emerald Sapphires and Diamonds that are being trained on everything that you guys just learned at Gold School. So huge deal. But one of the things, like, to reiterate what you were just saying, Megan, when somebody joins for the products and say they can't afford it and they want to take their subscription and turn their subscription off, her wording is like genius and so simple, is just reaching out to them and saying, you know what, we really pride on ourselves as a company to help make sure that you don't have to stop these products because of finances. Let me help you, or let us help you get your products paid for. Because the last thing we would want is for you to have to stop taking these products because of finances. We don't want that to happen. And it's so many people stop it because they say they can't afford it. Well, that right there is like, ding, ding. They need the business, but they don't know what to do or where to start. Mm-hmm. So that her Genevieve has like perfect, the way she just like spit stuff out is always like, how did you just come up with that? Like, just like off the cuff like that.
It's amazing.
It's so good. I could listen to her all day long. And I love it when she says, are you picking up what I'm laying down?
Yeah.
I love it. I love her. So
she was awesome.
Was talking, that's when I was writing all my notes. Like, it was during her whole time of talking. I was just like, over there the whole time.
Yes, and she's definitely one of those people that will like shoot it straight and like she'll give it to you whether you want to hear it or not. And like on our calls, when she gets up like this, you're about to get it. And I love it. I love it. So
Yeah.
anyways, okay, so who's next?
I'll go next.
Go for it.
So I'm going to talk about leadership. And a lot of my stuff did come from John Viev about the leadership part. She talked a lot about duplication, and she called us heifers at Gold School. And she had the best analogy for how to be a leader and what kind of people you want on your team. So she said, imagine you're rowing a boat, okay? And your posts are reeling these people in. Well, if you post that, oh, this is so easy, this is just so easy, you can do it. This pill, is just weight loss. You take it, you lose weight. The people that you're going to get in your boat, they're not going to row. And it's going to be a lot harder for you to climb up in the business ladder when you have these people that think it's easy, that don't want to put in the work to build that business. So she talked about the art of duplication. We talked about you are not the message, you are the messenger, and about how when you post, we talked about when you post, and this was touched on Natalie's YouTube that I seen, about when you post, you're not selling a product. You're promoting a healthy lifestyle. And so we talked a lot about that. And on the leadership, we talked about a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. And a lot of this hit me, because I do a lot of this myself. But instead of believing in intelligence is a statistic, believing intelligence can be developed. When you're a fixed mindset, you avoid challenges, but with a growth mindset, you embrace them. Fixed mindset, you give up too easily, but with a growth mindset, you persist when faced with setbacks. And it talks about we're not always going to be on the mountain. We're going to be in the valley. You're not going to rank every single month. I mean, you may, and that's great, but find good things when you're in the valley, work on your team, pour into them, because when you pour into them, you're all going to succeed. And we talked about a reactive leader and a proactive leader. And I'm going to be completely honest, I'm a reactive leader, and I'm trying to get better at that. I'm learning how to set boundaries instead of saying yes to everything, saying no more. That's okay. Setting boundaries and only getting on your phone certain times so you have time for your family. And then we talked about, and then I'm talking a lot, so I'll shut up in a second. We talked about a goal culture versus a growth culture. So instead of value achievement, we talked about value development and learning how to develop those characteristics in our ladies that are trying to lead and want the business. And then I had one more thing. Let's see. This is something that she said, and I really liked it. It said, people don't care how much you know until they know how you care. And I really liked that, because as leaders, and I know I do, I just think all about the business sometimes, and I don't remember, hey, they're people, trying to pour into them and make it about them, not about anything else, the products or anything. So that's a little bit about the leadership part. And we also got graphics, and Tori just said that we can get a PDF of it, and then we'll share it with everybody so y'all can see it. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know if we're reading that, but I just remember on mentioning that they would send it email. I haven't received it, so if any of y'all have, we can share it. If not, maybe we can figure out how to get that and share that.
I think Matthew Aaron there, the redhead, funky jackets, Matthew Aaron.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Got a
Okay,
gold
so he's
jacket.
yeah, jacket, funky jackets. I was filling Brittany in on him earlier today. He mentioned in our Sprint to Diamond group, he sent me the Gold School PDF that you guys got of the winning day, and then said several people sent the graphics in that group message. So after this call, I will post those on our team page. I'll post this recording on the team page and post the graphics in the comments. The
Okay.
ones that I have anyway.
And we could
Who's
always
next?
take pictures on like Adobe Scan and scan them in too if there aren't some. So that's another option.
Yeah, and to add something to Lauren's thing, because like I just thought it was cool because my husband fishes, but they said go out there and get bass, not minnows. So like go out there and like try to get the bigger people, the people that are gonna help you rank, the people that are in it for the income too, because of course we all want people to have a healthier lifestyle, but the more people we get under us to help us, the better we're gonna do, the better they're gonna do. So I thought that that was a cute little saying too for them to use at the Gold School.
One thing was we
Oh,
only
and-
need 4. Once you're gold, you need 4 people under you. Like you don't need tons and tons of people to want the business. You just need 4 or 5 people to want the business. So that's kind of the thing. Every person that joins, we're like, hey, do you want to sell the products now? Do you want to make that 350? And then people are like, no. But all we need is 4 or 5 people. And that, I mean, that's how you build your business. You don't need every single person to sell it. So,
Well, and
unless they just
glad
want to.
because Brittany, you mentioned a example that you really liked. It was on one of our calls, but it was talking about fishing and hunting. And John Viev went through that again, and I loved it about, she was so good at explaining it. Like, you don't want to run out there with a rifle and try to hunt all these people down
Yes.
for
Yes.
Texas.
You
You want to
they'll run from you.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
That's
do when you're
exactly
trying to
what
find
she
those first
said.
3 people.
I love that. The first time she used that on our Zoom, we all lost it. We were cracking up so hard.
Oh, I laughed so hard when she was up there. Like I stayed laughing the whole time.
Mhm.
She's awesome. That was getting her on our Plexus corporate team was like we hit the jackpot with her for sure.
She's awesome.
She is.
Hey guys, I have 10 minutes. Do y'all want to talk about the winning day?
Yeah, that's
10 minutes.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
have
So
20
explain
minutes.
to everybody what the winning day is, how she explained it to you guys, because I'm curious how she explained it to you guys versus us too, and what each step is. How many steps are there, and what is each step?
Tori, do you want to go first?
take it away, Hannah. You got it. And then I'll come in.
Whatever. Okay. So I'm gonna kind of read off my notes and what I took. But it's called 7 Steps to a Winning Day. And like I said in the beginning, she basically compared it to a recipe. So we have the ingredients and we have the steps to make it, but we just have to take that time to do it. So this is kind of how they laid it out. And you've got minutes beside it and what you can do. So I'm gonna do the first 4, and then I'm gonna let Tori take the bottom half. So the first, it says first 15 minutes of your day when you start working your Plexus business, sow seeds for later. So engage with prospects on social media, like and comment on other people's posts who follow you, follow a hashtag on Instagram, and comment on a current post to start a conversation or message someone in a comment. So what I thought was funny was she compared to like someone who makes a post and they're like, my dog is at the vet, they're sick, blah, blah, blah. And she said, in real life, in person, you're not going to look at a person and go, comment on that post and say, I'm so sorry. I hope your dog's feeling better. Just make it more personal, because when you just like a post, some people are like, I mean, she's just going through liking, she's just working her business. But when you take that extra step and you comment and you say, I'm so sorry, I hope your dog's feeling better, it makes it just a little more personal for that person. Because in real life, you don't just look at a person and thumbs up, heart them. I mean, go a little bit above and beyond. So just 15 minutes scrolling through Facebook. We all sit on Facebook anyways, all the time, and we scroll through. So when you're on social media for those 15 minutes, Instagram too, just reach out to people, like their stuff. The next step was another 15 minutes. And like I said at the beginning, cut these in half. If you don't have all this time in your day, cut these minutes in half. Do 5 minutes of social media, 5 minutes of this step. The next step was get noticed by adding value to people's lives. Stay in a social relationship with your prospects. Make a daily intentional social post. Make your prospects the hero of their own journey. Additionally, make 2 reels and 1 live per week. Your goal is to educate, entertain, and inspire. Create a niche. It doesn't have to be Plexus. It can be you like beauty products. One thing I've noticed, kind of what Natalie does, she does a lot of beauty stuff now. And she doesn't always post about Plexus. She'll post about beauty stuff. And there's one person that talked to us was Jill. How do you say her last name, Megan? Renfro. She was one of our leaders. I knew Megan would know because she loves her.
I love her.
So she was one of our speakers, and hers is all about infertility, and that's her niche. And that's just something that kind of makes her different from some of the others. And people can connect with her that way. So just adding value to people's lives. If you like to cook, post reels about cooking. I enjoy working out. That's something I enjoy doing, even though I haven't been doing very good lately. But that's something I enjoy doing. And so me posting reels about my workouts, jumping on and talking about it. So that's something that's good for step 2. Step 3, introduce 3 people to your Plexus vision. Actively search for people searching for you. It is on you to find out why they want to check out Plexus. Vary your communication methods. Be sure values match and keep it authentic. Be real with these people. They know if you're being fake or you're just trying to make a sell. So definitely just be authentic, be honest with these people, and trust the system and go for no 3 times. You're going to get told no. Go for no 3 times a day. A lot of times, especially when we first start out, we get told no, and we're like, great. We are never going to sell any Plexus. It's never going to work. How are we ever going to sell to 3 people? And I really liked how they were like, you're going to be told no. Expect 3 no's a day. That means maybe one of those no's will turn into a yes, or maybe your 4th, maybe potentially will turn into a yes. So if you're not getting no's, that means you're probably not trying very hard and you're not reaching out to people.
Personally, just to add to that, I personally, with Lauren on here, she can tell y'all, I told her no from September to March. Like, that same person may tell you no 50 times, but don't give up. Like, maybe leave them alone for a little while and then come back in and ask them again, because now look at me. Like, I said no from September to March, jumped in at March and went gold. Like, and that, I'm not bragging by no means. I'm just saying, like, that person that keeps telling you no, don't push them, but keep going at them, because that might be like a person that ranks to your same level.
Mm-hmm.
And
they always say, Genevieve always says too, for every 7 to 10 no's, you will get a yes.
Yes.
So if you're wanting to go silver every month and grab 3 new people, potentially you need to ask about 30 people.
Mm-hmm.
You might get lucky one month and get 3 out of 10 people that you talk to, but it's not going to be like that all the time. And just because they say no, like you said, Tori, that doesn't mean no forever. Brittany's on here. She told me no and watched me for 6 years, you guys. 6 years. It took me getting my Lexus for her to be like, okay, what are you doing? How are they really paying for that car?
Oh yeah, that place Lexus.
Yes. Sometimes that's what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know. There's several people on our team that said no for a long time, and don't like leave them alone for months or years at a time. Every month, send them another testimonial. That's what Genevieve says too. Don't just keep reaching out to them. Hey, are you ready to buy something this month? Hey, are you ready to get started this month? Hey, our combos are on sale again. You ready to get started this month? She's like, no, that comes across very salesy and impersonal. They're never going to be ready. If you get to know them and you comment on their stuff and on their stories, they know you on a personal level. You know what their health goals are. Every time you reach out to them should be a different version. So if they told you no the first time, the second time you reach out to them the next month, send them a testimonial, send them a diamond documentary to watch. Like, it needs to be a different type of reach out every single time. And you never know. They may be like, you know what? Yeah, I could totally relate to that girl. I think I'm ready to finally try this. I want to do what she's doing.
Happy birthdays. They mentioned like, tell people happy birthday. When you see it's their birthday, tell them. That gets you on a personal level. That takes it away from just Plexus, just products.
Yep.
Okay, Hannah, finish.
Okay. The next step and the longest step of the recipe is 60 minutes. And it's move people to the next step in the relationship. The fortune is in the follow-up. So following up with your people, always follow up with the micro commitments, reconnect and rewarm with exceptional customer care. Meet people where they are at. They're fence sitters, retail customers, and VIPs. So one thing that she said, and a lot of us were like, can we just restart? Like, this class has just taught us so much. We would just like to restart our whole business. But those people that maybe at the beginning, you were just trying to make sales, you were trying to get Fast Start Silver and get that 350 or even Fast Start Senior Silver, and then you kind of fell off. You didn't reach out to those customers that signed up at the beginning because you kind of forgot about them because you started adding all these other customers. Go back to them and say, hey, I'm sorry, I haven't reached out to you lately. You know, I've learned a lot. I've been taking classes and I just want to reach out and see how you're doing. Because a lot of times, you know, people may feel forgotten and then they don't want the business because they see, oh, well, she doesn't care. She just wants to make the money off of it.
Yeah.
Make a sale. So that was good. The Me Plus 3 video was something that they talked about. So send that to your people. And let's see. And then I think this is all product of the month. Reach out about product of the month, talk about product of the month, and just really follow up with your people, see how they're doing. There was one lady that I followed up with her last week and she was like my bile cleanse, I don't feel like it's working. I'm just not feeling good. The girl, we were actually in Dallas when I talked to her. And then I messaged her last night again and I said, hey, how's it going? And she was like, I've lost 6 pounds. I feel great. The bile cleanse is working now. And she just gave her body a little bit longer to adjust. And, you know, and I was like, that's awesome. But if I wouldn't have reached out, she may not have even texted me and told me. And so just following up with those people and making sure that everything's working for them and showing that you care and that, you know, you're trying to grow. You don't just have these goals that you just want to meet every month. Okay.
Okay, so the fifth one was use third party validation. So like when we have company calls, company events, like the gold school that we went to, post pictures from that, post pictures from other stuff that is going on in Plexus. Let people know like it's not just products and all of that. Like, we become a family, like promote that, because you never know when somebody's out there looking for just that group of women and that little family that they need to help them get through the day. I think we're getting, Brittany, are we getting close to time?
You got 8.5 minutes. You're good.
All right. And then the sixth one was stay relevant in social feeds. So like Hannah kind of talked about this earlier, but like 3 stories per day, building the trust with people, to like the happy birthdays, talking to them about products, but don't push it on them. Just like let them know when they post something, maybe like, I'll use mine as an example. Somebody posts something about depression or something. That's kind of when I step in and I say, hey, I went through depression too, and Plexus has really helped me. And make it to where you're not selling it to them, but explain your testimony. Let them know, like, this helped me, and I believe it can help you too. And then, but keep it simple. Post things, keep them simple. Don't like, and this is something I struggle with, don't post like really long posts to where somebody's got to sit there and read it for like 10 minutes, because they're going to stop reading it. Let's just be honest. They're not going to keep reading it. And then the last one was dedication. Teach to your business builders. So those people that are under you and selling the products, put a lot more effort into them. Like, check on your retail customers and all of that, but put that effort in. Share things with them that's helping you get people to buy products. Share with them, build them the same way you're building your own business. And I think that was really it. I mean, do y'all have anything to add on the rest of that?
So I wanted to add one thing to the like business, and how Lauren was like, don't add everyone, if they don't want to row with you, don't put them in your boat. And one thing that they said is, you're not desperate for business. When people are ready and the timing is right, they will decide if they want to join Plexus, but you can't make them. And let's say they sign up for 30 days and they're like, I don't want to buy it anymore. And I've had some like that. I just want them to sign up. I want to, hit that goal that month. And the next month they're like, no, I don't want to do it. They weren't ready. They felt pushed. And then, we're not desperate. We don't, we want to help people, but when they're not ready, then there's, you don't have to push them to do it. Quit hunting them. Quit chasing all these people down and getting them to sign up.
Yeah.
And I want to say something that Genevieve said, and it was really, really important to me. On the winning day, she said, imagine that you're making brownies and this is a recipe, and the recipe says so many eggs, so many cups of water, so many cups of oil. Don't be like, oh, I know everything, I'm going to add 5 eggs, or I don't even like eggs, so I'm not even going to put eggs in it.
It's not going to work.
By simple steps. They work. They've been proven to work, and learning how to duplicate, going back to the leadership and the winning day. If you do the same simple steps over and over again, you're going to duplicate the same leaders. So that's what I'm trying to do. The simple things that seem too simple to me, that Daniel, no, sir. Things that you don't think would make a difference, or that they're just little tiny steps, they're important. So I've learned that I need to stick to it better.
And one thing she told us too in our calls is sometimes the order of adding those ingredients matter. You could mess up the entire recipe if you don't have the order right. But other times, if there's something in that 7 steps to a winning day that you really don't like doing, like, I love doing this stuff with you guys and helping the team and running all the reports and doing 3-way messages with you guys. I don't always enjoy going and reaching out to the new potentials. So what she said to do is do the thing that you find yourself putting off until last, that you don't like doing, do that first and get it done and get it over with so you can enjoy the rest of your working day. So that's what I've been doing before I even like answer you guys' messages or run any reports or anything like that. I reach out to my 3 to 5 new people every single day and just get it done and get it over with. Then I get to do all the fun stuff.
Yeah. And one thing that she was saying about like the recipe, like stick to that, strict, that brownie recipe. But as you grow and as you start learning more stuff, you can add different stuff to it. So like you can add more chocolate chips or more pecans or whatever, like to make it better, but don't change that main recipe. And so like that was like, okay, well, yeah, you're going to grow as you get more into it. You're going to find different things that work, and you can just add that into the recipe.
Yeah.
We also filled out a finding your why, which was, I think, really important. Like I was thinking about sending it to a lot of the girls on my team, but a lot of people don't know their why. Like, why are we doing this? And I don't feel like you can be a great leader if you don't know your why. And there were a bunch of different questions that they asked, and I had just never thought of them. Like, why do you really do this? Is it the community? Is it the health? Is it the financial opportunity? And I think once you find your why, it's going to be easier to pour into people to help them find their why. So I thought that was really cool.
And it'll change 500 times between now and
Yeah.
when you guys hit a jewel rank. Like mine's changed a million times. It's constantly changing. Lauren, will you post that on the Hope Dealers page? The questions? Okay.
Yes.
That would be something cool to like a challenge for this next week. Everybody posting their why.
Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
gonna be
I
at my why
probably
was like it took me a while to answer those questions, and it actually
Your why should make you cry. It's like an onion peeling back the layers.
Yep.
If it doesn't make you cry, you're not thinking hard enough. If you're just doing it to get healthy, you're not going to give it 100%. Your why should make you cry.
yeah.
So, all right. Well, we have like a minute and a half left. Anybody got anything else real quick? And then I will post this to the Hope Dealers page.
they did
real
talk about they talked about being careful on your posting, like being compliant.
That one's
Because I have been
lately. I'm going to be doing a live on, I think I'll probably do it on the Hope Dealers page this next week, because there's a lot of words that we've been using and I've been working with Marissa. We can't say that stuff. So we're going to be training you guys more on that, and they'll be training us at convention too, and all of that too. So you guys can look out for that as well.
Yeah, because we were sitting there and we were like, yeah, we use that word a lot. And then we're sitting there and we're like, wait, Marissa and Brittany like use that word to, like, oh my gosh, what are we doing?
Yep. And I mean that again, you've got emeralds, sapphires, and diamonds using stuff they're not supposed to be. We're learning too. Okay. There's a lot that has changed as well. So we got to be careful with the words, but you guys are a boss. You're good. You're doing good. All right. So it's going to kick us off here in just a second. I will post the recording on